Yes, Murali, go ahead. What are the different types of invoices we have? Yes, Murali, are you there? What are the different types of invoices we have in account
Yes, sir. Yes,
payables
sir.
module?
Okay, sir. We have 8 types of invoices, sir. First one is standard invoice, pro forma invoice, debit invoice, credit invoice, recurring invoice, and prepayment invoice, consolidated invoice, and last final invoice, sir.
So you told something, is this invoices are from account payables module? I'm talking about
Yes.
account payables invoice, supplier invoices.
Okay, accounts payable invoice only, sir, but we are using only standard invoice,
Okay,
debit
you are
invoice,
talking
credit
about,
invoice,
it's
sir.
a, okay, standard invoice. What is next?
Debit invoice, sir.
Debit memo.
Debit memo invoice.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Credit
Next.
memo, credit memo,
Okay.
prepayment,
Prepayment invoice. Okay.
recurring invoices, sir.
Recurring invoices.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. What
That's
about
it only, sir.
withholding? What about withholding invoice? What about interest invoice?
Okay, yes, sir.
Withholding invoice, interest invoice. How about
Yes,
payment
sir. Yes, sir.
request?
Payment request. Okay.
Already I have explained last time in the videos, right? In fact, that video
Yes,
also
sir.
uploaded in our YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only few videos
Assignment
I
is
have
also.
uploaded. That is also I have done, right? So
Yes, yes, sir.
then why you are not learning that video I have uploaded? When I have uploaded that video?
5 days back, sir, I think.
Then last 5 days you are not able to learn what are the types of invoices. It's a basic question, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Then why I will upload in the YouTube, right? If it is important, then only I will go for this one, right? 10 days back, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did assignment also, sir, that one. Yes.
So assignment, see, you might have done number of times practice, but when you go for an interview, they'll ask you, right?
Yes, sir.
You have shown the assignment. That's great. But
Yes,
this
sir.
is important, right? Will anybody give the job without interview?
No, sir.
Nobody will give, right?
Yes, sir.
So whatever
No.
the work you are doing in our office as an assignment, that you should be in a position to explain,
Okay, sir.
right?
Okay.
Payment request is there. So these are different types of invoices, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Bittu, tell me what is the payment request invoice? When it will be created? Scenario.
Payment request scenario is when we do the refund or any we do any payment, employee payments in employee portal, payment request will be generated through
Okay, you
employee
mean to
portal
say that you mean to
from
say
the
that
customer refund.
you mean to say that when the employee expenses, when we raise an expense, that
Yeah,
time it will become as a payment
yeah.
request, right? Expense invoice.
Yes.
That is one
Yes.
scenario. What about another scenario?
Customer refund. When we do the customer refund, a reference payment request will be generated as a customer as a party in the
Okay.
payment workbench.
So where you will do the customer refund? Which module?
Pardon?
Which module you will do the customer refund?
In AP module, it will create.
No, that's fine. In AP
AR
module,
module.
invoice will be raised where you will initiate the refund, customer refund option. Which module you will initiate?
Hello.
Which module you will initiate that customer refund process?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, I am able to hear you.
So due to some internet connection, we are losing voice, sir, maybe.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, yes,
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead now. So,
Yeah.
what are the steps required to raise the customer refund?
So it is breaking now. We have to assign GL account for a receivable activity, refund receivable activity. After that, we'll create a receipt and we'll apply a transaction for that. Whenever is any excess amount, we'll go and more actions. Will go for more, and we have a refund issue refund option. I will click. Will click that one. Will It will generate a reference number with a refund. When you click the reference number, it will create a refund request in the payment options, and will make the payment from the payment module. Before doing the refund, we need to make sure that the particular check from the customer has remitted or not. Otherwise, it will be grayed out.
Okay. So, if at all we want to refund, what could be the receipt status? Is it remitted or cleared?
It should be remitted, sir.
So, if it
When
is,
it is remitted only, then we can process the refund.
so what is the meaning of remitted?
Remitted means submitting the checks into the bank.
So, you submitted the check in the bank and you came to know that you received extra money and you will go for refund.
Yeah,
So, you don't check that whether the check is cleared or not.
we'll check, sir. We'll do the reconciliation.
No, that's what I'm asking. In which status receipt you can go for refund initiation? Receipt clearing, right?
Yeah.
Without clearing the check, can we go for refund?
No. It should be cleared.
So what are different statuses for the receipts? What are different statuses for the receipt?
Remitted, cleared.
Remitted, cleared, only two. How about
Confirmed.
reverse? How about confirmed?
Confirmed, remitted, clear.
How about reverse? Don't we find the status as reverse whenever you do the reverse receipt?
Yes, we do find.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Yes, Jairam, tell me the supplier model. Jairam, come on fast.
Supplier model, first one create an supplier and supplier model or supplier matching.
Supplier model. For example, if I want to create a supplier, what are the different levels you are going to enter the information?
First one, we create an profile level, and after that, we can fill the address level, and after that, we can site level.
So you mean to say that first we'll go for supplier profile, then supplier address, then supplier site, next.
Site. Supplier contact, you can finish that.
How about supplier site assignment?
Sorry.
How about supplier payment? You should pay the amount to your suppliers, right?
Okay.
So you should manage the supplier bank accounts. After you procure the goods or service from the supplier, you should make the payment, right?
Yeah.
So that payment information we have to maintain at supplier site level, right?
The site level.
Then if you want to communicate, then we will go for supplier contacts. Then if you want to give the vendorship to the supplier, we have to go with qualifications. That's how it will work. Supplier model, right?
Okay.
So you have to explain a little bit faster. With this type of explanation, it's not acceptable as an experienced professional.
Okay.
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 Yes. NL, can you tell the steps for ledger configuration? Yes, NL, what are the steps required? If I ask you to configure the ledger, primary ledger, so what you will do it
First,
first?
first we have to create 4 Cs, which are chart of accounts, calendar, currency, and convention method.
So first,
And
which one you
then we
will
have
do?
to create the primary
No,
ledger.
I'm asking
uh,
first one you will do which one?
Calendar,
So you are going to configure accounting calendar. Okay. Next.
calendar, and currency.
So you will configure currency code. Okay.
Chart of accounts.
So before we go for configure chart of
Con-
accounting, what we have to do?
We have to create segments.
The segments is nothing but a chart of accounting structure, right?
Okay, we
Before
have to create
segments,
structure code.
before structure code, what we will do? We have to configure value sets, right? Without value sets, can we configure the segments?
No.
Okay. Once your value sets are ready, then what we will do?
We create segments,
Okay.
then structure code. Then value set values.
Okay. Then so you have 3 C's. Calendar is there, currency is there, chart of accounting is there. Next,
The next is convention method.
compliance method. So you have to go for configure compliance method next. Once
Next
4
we
C's
have-
are there, what is the task name to create primary ledger?
Manage primary ledger.
Manage primary ledger.
Then specify ledger options.
Okay.
Then we have to create legal address. Then legal entity. Then assign legal entity to the primary ledger. Then assign balancing
No, it's
segment
completely
values
wrong,
to the-
right?
Right.
So once your ledger is ready, what is the next step? Specify ledger options, right?
Yes, I told you now, specify ledger options.
Okay, next.
Then we have to create the legal address.
Okay,
Then create legal entity.
okay,
Then assign the legal entity to the primary ledger.
okay,
Then assign balancing segment values to the legal entity.
okay.
Then review and submit accounting configuration.
While working with specify ledger options, what are the mandatory fields we have?
Retained earnings account and journal language.
Okay. How about the period open, starting period? Calendar.
Yes. Calendar.
Open
And
period you have to specify, right?
Open
Yes.
period, future interval periods.
Number of future interval periods. What are the mandatory segments we have to use? If we work for any client,
Balancing segment and company and accounts.
so what we call it as segment labels. We require segment label. You can use any
Labels
name.
is balancing segments and natural account segments.
Balance segment and
Natural account segment.
natural account. These two are mandatory, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So if I ask you, for example, you are working in a project, your client does not have the idea about the segments and other, and the client says that you please suggest how many segments are required for my business. So what you will think?
I'll suggest the first two mandatory segments, which are company
That's
and
okay,
account.
but from the business point of view, what you will take the input from the client? What questions you will ask your client?
The mandatory requirements the client want for the segments, like how many fields you want, like that.
The
I'll
client
ask.
is telling that I have no idea about the segments. I'm not aware of this segments concept in Fusion Cloud or anywhere.
Mm.
He
Then
can explain about
We-
his
we'll
accounting
ask the
information.
reporting requirements.
Yes,
I'll assign
Bitu,
these two and future enterable periods if
No,
there
no.
is any
We
suggestion.
will ask
That
the
is wrong.
client reporting requirements.
Tell me,
We'll
Bitu,
ask
what
the
is
client
that?
for we'll ask the clients for what are the reporting requirements. Based on
Okay.
that, we'll finalize the accounts segments.
Reporting requirement. It means what level they wanted to manage the information. Level of reporting requirement, company level, account level, department level, line of business, what level they wanted to go for analyze the business and generate the profit and loss reports that we have to find out. Of course, two are mandatory, company and account. The second one is like when the organizations wants to go for generate profit and loss report. Or what level they would like to go for generate. So depends on the requirement, mainly where if they would like to go for access, then based on that, we'll go for configure the segments. Okay. Next. Yes, Sabiha, can you explain what is implementation project?
Implementation project deals with complete information, end-to-end ledger setup, and
No, I am talking about this just an implementation project from FSM environment. In FSM, we'll create implementation project, right? So what is that implementation project and what is the purpose of that?
just when we create at FSM page, when we create this implementation project, it will we will provide enterprise details and we will provide these offerings for it.
No, that is wrong. Next, Lenovo. I think somebody has connected with Lenovo. Tell me, what is
Yes.
implementation project?
So implementation, nothing but so whatever the client wanted to see the business model. So we will gather the information from
No,
the client.
I'm not talking about that implementation project. I'm talking about in FSM environment, we'll create
Okay.
one implementation project. What it is?
Okay. So we need to enable the what are the requirements to create a project like offerings, like payables or receivables or order management procurement. So we need to configure all these setups before going to the implementation of projects.
That is also wrong. I
Okay.
already given those answers in the videos. So implementation project is basically group of offerings which we want to implement for our client. Whenever we are implementing Fusion financials to the client, first we have to create an implementation project where we have to choose the financial offerings and choose the features, whatever we want to implement, nothing but a modules like general ledger, account payables, account receivables, cash management like this. After creating an implementation project, we'll go for assign this task to the team members so that team members can log in and start working on the projects and complete the project. And as soon as the task is completed, they'll go for update. The task status is completed or in progress or completed with errors or not started, so that as management can easily track the project status based on all these statuses, and also the history will be maintained for entire project. And whenever the organization wants to export or import all these setups, they can easily export and import based on the implementation project wise or based on the particular task wise. They can easily export and import, which is required at the time of development to testing instance migration process, as well as from testing to production migration process that we will be following here, export and import. That's how you have to go for explain. Okay. Is
Okay,
clear,
okay.
everybody?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.